This month, we discover how Qatar celebrates the role of sports in society. We explore the ancient tradition of falconry in Qatar and the region. And we talk to an Argentine football legend who knows Qatar very well. Argentina has produced some of the world's greatest footballers over the last century. Their 2010 FIFA World Cup captain, Javier Mascherano, is in that elite group.
I've had the opportunity not just to play many games, 147 for the senior team, but I have also been through all the youth teams. I've been able to play for the Argentinian national team for almost 20 years. For any footballer, playing in a World Cup is the ultimate dream. It has been for me, and I've had the privilege of playing in 4 World Cups. Throughout each tournament, I felt a lot of enthusiasm and passion.
Cada una de ellas la he vivido con mucha ilusión, con mucha intensidad. Haber podido jugar la final del mundo es...
Being able to play in a World Cup final is an incredible memory. Every player dreams of playing the most important match of their career, and there is no game more important for a footballer than a World Cup game, playing for their country.
Una Copa del Mundo para su país.
Mascherano's club career was as illustrious as his international one. He played for one of the most successful Barcelona sides ever.
Bueno, creo que mi etapa en Barcelona ha sido...
During my time at Barcelona, I was lucky enough to experience one of the club's best eras in its history. I was able to play in a team that will definitely be remembered for a long time, with some magnificent, unique, and unforgettable players. I really enjoyed this period, and I will never forget it.
La he disfrutado muchísimo y que obviamente siempre la tendré en mis recuerdos.
The 37-year-old Argentine has visited Qatar many times in the last 12 years, both as a player and as a FIFA legend. He believes that the 2022 tournament's date change to Qatar's late fall should be conducive to better on-field performances.
Sobre todo por el hecho de que...
Considering that the players won't be arriving tired off the back of their season, it will be interesting, because this is the first time this is happening. And I think we'll start to draw conclusions after this World Cup about whether it's better to play at the end or during a season. But I think it will be interesting to see.
Final de temporada o durante la temporada, pero bueno, va a ser muy interesante poder verlo. Ojalá que para aquella fecha...
I hope that by the time the World Cup rolls around, the pandemic will be in the past and we will be back to our normal lives. But I think that in these unusual conditions, the World Cup or football is going to reunite people around this competition. We have these expectations and hopefully peace.
Mascherano was in Qatar last December to witness how football brought the entire Arab world together and to experience the excitement of fans from all across the region.
The Arab world is very passionate about football, as is also the case with us Argentines. It's also a chance to show this to the world, that the Arab world is really passionate about this sport. Qatar 2022 gives them a chance to do this, and they're not going to waste it.
Having represented Argentina in 4 senior FIFA World Cup tournaments between 2006 and 2018, the South American legend will be cheering on the albiceleste from the sidelines. But above all, he'll be expecting an unforgettable event later this year.
Y bueno, creo que estamos ante un mundial donde tenemos la posibilidad de poder.
We are about to witness a World Cup where we have the chance to see numerous matches in one day, where different countries and cultures can coexist in the same place. It's going to be something unique. I think that Qatar 2022 will give many of the fans attending the opportunity to experience a World Cup different to any other.
Un mundial diferente al que han vivido anteriormente.
Qatar is a proud sporting nation, and each year since 2012 it celebrates National Sports Day to help promote a healthy lifestyle. Last year's event was heavily restricted due to the global pandemic. This year, the second Tuesday in February was very different as the world had been able to open up. Qataris were again able to celebrate under the slogan, "Sports is life."
Having a national sports day in a country in Qatar especially is a great opportunity to raise awareness on sports, on having a healthy lifestyle. It's a massive event in the country where you have all different generations from different ages participating in that day, and I think it's a beautiful idea. We have, us as an athlete, it's our day.
On National Sports Day's 10th anniversary, His Highness the Emir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani went for a stroll in Al Bayt Stadium Park's walkway with a number of primary school students. And other household names were spotted taking part in what the city had to offer on this special day.
It was a beautiful day. I started off in Qatar Foundation as an alumni and as well as a national player. We had a tour. We opened the first one of the first games there in QF. Then proudly I took a tour with David Beckham and QF. He's a legend. He's a very humble person. We enjoyed the tour. He loved QF as usual. He is there to raise awareness and to support the sports role in the country and the improvement of it.
Qatari athlete Mariam Farid, who represented her country at the 17th World Athletics Championship, explains how much this day means to her.
National Sports Day is a beautiful day. It's one of my favorite days of the year because, again, we come together, we love sports, you see the community being healthy and being active, and this is one of my roles, to raise awareness, to break the stereotypes of women in sports and as well the country in sports.
Qatar National Sports Day is not just a day for athletes and public figures, it's a day for the entire community.
It
means a lot to me because I love sports. Most of the people I know are also interested in sports, especially with all the venues like Mashreb, parks, the city of Lusail that are available for us to enjoy this day. So it means a lot to me and to my children because they enjoy outdoor activities.
هم كمان بيحبوا الانواع دي من الاكتيفيتيز وبيحبوا يطلعوا بره وبيحبوا يشوفوا جمال البحر والاماكن الجديده دي.
دولة متطورة ومهتمة بصحة الناس.
It's a developed country that cares about its people's health and embedded the sports culture for the upcoming generations. Qatar is well known in the sports industry on a worldwide level and has hosted mega events such as the Asian Games. And now we're only a few months away from the biggest event ever, the World Cup.
In Qatar, falconry is followed with a passion approaching football fandom. It's a national obsession. In January, the 13th Qatar International Falconry and Hunting Festival, Marmi, attracted a large number of enthusiastic falconers and visitors. Marmi, one of the largest festivals in this specialised field in the region, offers a whole host of events.
This festival has many different competitions for everyone. There are different challenges with prizes for the contestants. For example, one of them is the art of luring. Another contest consists of measuring the falcon's eyesight through the chase of a prey over 2 kilometers. We also have another challenge that measures the speed of the bird from the start point to the finish line.
Al-Ganas is an association for hunters and was founded in 2008. Dedicated to promoting ancient Arabic traditions, it represents Arab hunters in international and regional contests, organising events and providing support. The association has the best facilities and equipment possible and encourages research and studies in the field.
We love our falconry tradition. We try to find the perfect birds, feed and breed them. We even try to look for our birds of prey not only within the country, but also abroad. We feel very thankful for the support Qatar gives to our culture and heritage in general, and to fishing and hunting in particular. These two hobbies, hunting and fishing, make our lives beautiful. We really do enjoy them. Interestingly, our elders would pay us to learn these hobbies, to follow these traditions. In Qatar, both children and adults love them.
Throughout the year, falcons are never far from Qatari thoughts. On the streets of Doha, particularly among the alleyways of Souk Waqif, they're a common sight, carried on the wrists of young men, symbols of taste, influence and status.
For me, there's an important bond between the bird and its trainer. A bond of love. We try to take care of the bird in every detail, as it is our lifelong escort. It's an animal that always stays with us and practicing a hobby, which makes us very happy. Besides, the bird has taught us a lot in life, and perhaps we could say that it has somehow nurtured us. Even when we were little, we were given a little hawk, and it grew up with us. We tried to teach him things. In addition, we made him our friend. Personally, it's taught me to be more patient, to behave appropriately with animals, and also with people.
فهذه علمتنا الصبر، علمتنا الفراسة أحيانا كيف أتعامل مع الصقور وأتعامل في المستقبل أيضا مع البشر.
In a country gripped by World Cup fever, with state-of-the-art stadiums adorning Doha's modern horizon, time-honoured and traditional falconry still rules the Qatari skies.
And I would certainly like to see a symbol used that represents us as Qataris in the 2022 World Cup. In the opening ceremony of the event, for example. It's undoubtedly an animal that represents us in the same way. Many people remember and respect us after it.
Hallo zusammen. Ich bin Simon.
Hello everyone, I'm Simon, the executive sous chef from Intercontinental Doha Beach and Spa. Today we make a special dish from Switzerland.
Traditionelles Schweizer Gericht miteinander. Today we're gonna make rösti. The ingredients you need are potato, bacon, cheese, chives, salt and pepper. This is a traditional Swiss dish made out of potato. This dish has been developed long ago already by the farmers in Switzerland when they used to work on the landfill. And till now this dish is very popular in Switzerland. So if you add bacon to the dish, then it becomes Berner Rösti, and Bern is our capital in Switzerland. And then I added also a little bit of raclette cheese on top, because you can't miss the cheese in Switzerland. My first memory of football was on the schoolyard many years ago when I was a child, basically. We used to play in the break time, we used to play before school, we used to play after school, on the field, and also at night. We used to copy the World Cup, and especially during the World Cup, we used to copy that with the games, and we used to give ourselves names, like I was Romario, Bebeto, and then Roberto Carlos, Leonardo that time. It was very popular, and we used to play against Germany, Jürgen Klinsmann, Rudi Völler, Matthäus, and all these names we used to give each other and play against each other, and I will never forget that. My hero for the Swiss national team, there are actually a couple of them. It was a big game, was in 1994. It was in USA. World Cup, when we won over Romania 4-1. There was Chapuisat who scored, Alain Suter made a beautiful goal. And also Georges Bregui, we never forget his free kick. This will be remembered forever. Another great World Cup memory I have from 2010 in South Africa, when we played against Spain and we were able to win 1-0. We played really good, and it was a tough game for us, but we won. We were so happy, and we were the only team I remember who was able to win against Spain, and then later on Spain, they won the World Cup. Since I moved here in 2018, a lot have changed actually with all the stadiums for the World Cup and also other projects. There's always something new happening here. It's very interesting. Parks for jogging, you know, it's interesting projects going on, and it's a very fast developing country. My favorite place in Doha, there are several places. I like Mashrib, and I like Souk Waqif a lot because it gives me some local inspiration. I like the souks, and I go there for shopping or walk around. It's great. My message to the Swiss fans is please enjoy. It's a great country and it's ready to receive you. And also the World Cup is in November, December, which is winter in Switzerland where it's very cold, where here it's warm. And you please don't forget your swimsuit and your sunglasses, and also, yeah, enjoy it.
Iran became the first Asian nation to book their tickets for Qatar last month in record time and with 3 matches to spare. But it wasn't smooth sailing to start with. The 5-time FIFA World Cup participants faced elimination in the first round group stage. The nation changed their coach, and Dragan Skocic took charge just ahead of the global pandemic in February 2020.
It was an uphill battle indeed. Firstly, being unable to work on the pitch made the situation tough. Wilmots had left his position in challenging circumstances. The results had been poor, but my coaching staff and I were only focused on working hard day in and day out. And we couldn't wait for the opportunity to start the qualifications. It was very difficult and long, but we had to stick it out.
And when the AFC qualifiers did resume after a 15-month forced stoppage, the 53-year-old Croat managed to lead Iran to their 6th FIFA World Cup appearance, and in the process realised a lifelong dream.
FIFA World Cup is certainly the highest level you can reach as a player or coach. It's everyone's dream to be on that huge stage, And as a coach, it's something that I've lived my whole life to get to this moment.
Nešto najveće, nešto što za cijeli život sam živio za to.
Like many youngsters, Skocic grew up taking a keen interest in the global game in his native surroundings, the then Yugoslavia. His recollections of the first FIFA World Cup tournament that he followed closely are shadowed by a personal tragedy.
Pa dobro, moja memorija na svjetsko prvenstvo.
Well, the first World Cup I remember was the year that my mother died. That tournament in Argentina simply transported me away from my problems. It helped me to escape the situation at home, which was really awful. My mother died in 1978, and that World Cup helped me to get through that period of my life.
I to prvenstvo me jednostavno odmaklo od tog problema koji sam imao doma.
Having become a footballer a decade later in his native Rijeka, the midfielder moved to Spain in the early 1990s and spent 5 seasons in the Spanish La Liga before returning to the newly formed Republic of Croatia to create happier memories among his fellow citizens.
Najveća memorija moja je bila svjetsko prvenstvo 98. kad je
My greatest memory was Croatia, finishing third in France 98. It was the first time that our national team got so far in a tournament. I also knew many of the players of that team personally, so I was really pleased to see them go so far.
I bilo mi jako drago zbog njih da su na tako jednoj velikoj smotri.
Fast forward a quarter of a century, and Skocic now wants to make his own mark on the world stage. Having felt secure of their qualification ahead of the pair of January matches, Skocic was on a scouting trip to Qatar during the early stages of the FIFA Arab Cup. He was awestruck by what he experienced.
The stadium for the opening was really the perfect setting. It shows tradition from the outside, but when you come in, you see how modern and cutting edge it is. It's hard to understand how someone thought of making such a fantastic stadium design. I've been mightily impressed with everything that I've seen here. The stadiums are truly phenomenal. I'm expecting it to be the best World Cup to date. I have nothing but positive things to say about what I've seen, and my expectations are really quite high.
During his 3-day stay in Qatar, Skocic took full advantage of the compact nature of the competition. He watched 9 matches in 6 venues. The Croat went back feeling confident that conditions in the host country would be equal for all concerned. All he needs to do now is manage expectations.
Well, the high expectations of us in Qatar doing well partly comes from the fact that it will be like we will be playing at home. But I think that can only be an advantage to play in front of many of our own fans. It will be great for us.
Holder of many Team Melli records, Skocic will remain focused on setting new ones and creating even more happy memories for himself and Iran in Qatar. Next month, we'll follow the odyssey of 2 Brazilian fans in Qatar. We'll bring you Oceania's qualifying action, taking place far from the Pacific. And we'll look back at 50 years of Qatar's oldest football competition.